Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the L7C here, bringing you some information on the new Blue Eyes cards that came out last night. I actually was dueling with some of my friends last night when these cards first dropped. I wanted to marinate, wait a little. I know you've probably watched a whole bunch of other YouTubers talk about these cards, give their opinions. So I wanted to just wait a little bit before I gave my opinion on these four cards that got unveiled late last night. This is coming for the new Blue Eyes structure deck, the Advent of Eyes of Blue structure deck that's going to be coming out in the OCG in a couple of months, actually in September. And we don't know when we'll get this in the TCG. I know people have talked about the tins dueling mirrors, but that comes out at the end of September. I don't think it's going to come out then. And if we get this, it'll be at the end of the month, or they'll put these cards in a random pack. You know how Konami does. So I'm going to read these cards, give you my thoughts on them, and so on and so forth. Again, very passionate about the Blue Eyes thing. Obviously, Dual Monsters fan, love Seto Kaiba. I play the deck. I play it pretty well. So we'll go from there. Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. Level 12, Synchro, 3,500 attack, 4,000 defense. 2 tuners plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, you're basically double tuning, shout out to Jack Atlas, into this. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. Your opponent cannot banish cards from the grave. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your grave, except Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. So Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon is basically 3 Blue Eyes Spirits combined into their Synchro Ultimate form, hence why it has that little banish. You can't banish. Your opponent can't banish your cards from the grave, which is okay. When a card effect's activated, like I said, you get to negate the activation if you do gain 1,000 attack. For this second effect, it's actually the first time Blue Eyes have had a negation effect like this, so that's cool. And to gain the 1,000, the reason that it's 1,000 is so that the 35 becomes 45, so that it matches the OG Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. That's why it goes down. That's why you can't keep it. That's more for a lore thing, and that's what they did probably. And the fact that when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can get any light dragon monster from your grave, which is a really cool thing, because obviously all these things are light dragons. Maiden of White, following the Maiden theme, spellcaster tuner, 0 attack, 0 defense, level 1. Only use their effects each once per turn. You can send this card from your hand or field to the grave. Place True Light from your hand, deck, or grave face up in the spell and trap card zone. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, all this cards in the grave, you can special summon this card. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon, or 1 level 1 light tuner from your grave. So, first effect, the fact that you could just send this from your hand or grave and you get True Light face up on the field is crazy. Like, that's actually a really good effect. The reason being is, if we just go here, if it's face up on the field, you automatically can activate the effects. You can bring back Blue Eyes White Dragon from your grave, or special summon it from your hand, or you can set directly a spell or trap from your deck that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it being face up, it being able to access his effects instantly, really, really cool. The fact, too, that anytime you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while it's in the grave, while this is in the grave, you can special summon it back. It doesn't get banished when it happens, so you can do that once per turn. I think that's cool, so you always have like an infinite recursion as long as you're special summoning Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then the third effect is just a little shout out to the OG Maiden of Eyes of Blue. You get targeted, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a light level 1 tuner from your grave. Not bad either. I think that would have been cooler if you could do hand, deck, or grave, but beggars can't be choosers. So grave is fine. Prayers with Eyes of Blue. If you look at that picture here, if you saw that at the end of last year where Konami showed like the animation studio and they had like the animated, all that stuff. This is right from it. This is Kasara calling out a Blue Eyes monster. You can only use the first and second effect of each card's name once per turn. Discard one card. Add one Light Tuner and one spell or trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Prayers of Eyes of Blue. You can banish this card from your grave, target one Blue Eyes White Dragon you control, equip one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck, and if you do, it gives it 400. First effect. After so many years, you got a card like this that can get you to your other cards. This is obviously, if you're doing a pure Blue Eyes deck, this has got to be a 3 of, because you play this, you get a Light Tuner and a Speller Trap. We're going to talk about this next one, but this gets you to Chaos Form, Ultimate, Fusion, True Light, Bingo Machine Goes. It gets you to all of those things. I mean, you do that, you get to Bingo Machine Go, you play that, you keep going, so on and so forth. So that's really cool. Then, I think this is maybe my favorite card so far. Sage of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. First effect. Special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, grave, or banishment defense position, and you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck from the rest of this turn except dragon monsters. You can banish this card from your grave, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a Blue Eyes monster. First effect. This card is an instant, at minimum, Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, grave, or banishment. Minimum. A Blue Eyes White Dragon. You play this card, boom, Blue Eyes. Now, if you already have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field, you can search anything else. Any Blue Eyes monster in your deck that you could summon. Obviously, the one that comes to mind with me is Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. You get that protection. You can get Blue Eyes Abyss. You get the polymerization, the ritual spells. Like those two, especially those two are the biggest ones for me that you can get instantly if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field. And their effects aren't negated, which is really, really cool in that sense. And then you can banish this card from your grave, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a Blue Eyes monster. So now to go back and scroll up a little bit here. So what you could really do with these 3 cards, just a nice little combo. You play Prayers of Eyes of Blue. You get a Light Tuner and a spell that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you get the Maiden and Blue Eyes and the Saga of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. You pitch this Maiden. You get True Light directly on your field. You play Saga. You get regular Blue Eyes White Dragon. Special summon it. Then, since you special summon Blue Eyes, you can special summon the Maiden. You've already, one card, boom, bam. You already got set a level 9 Synchro, which is what Blue Eyes do. Now, when you do that thing, a simple thing, you make a level 9, you make Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. You make Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. The quick effect, you could tribute this Synchro Summon card, special summon one Light Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, except Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but destroy during the end phase of this turn. So what you can do there is once you made a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, your opponent goes, you quick effect, you get rid of this, special summon this, because you can special summon it. It's not saying it has to be Synchro Summon, that's the only way to special summon it, so you can special summon it like that. And then on your opponent's turn, you at least have that negate effect. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon one Light Dragon monster from your grave. I would assume then too, which we're going to have to test out when it all gets put in, since this destroys the dragon that was special summoned during the end phase, you would probably get a free card from this because of that with the spirit dragon. Really got to try that out. A couple months ago, I made a video of what Dark Magician and Blue Eyes needed. Definitely link it to this video below. And some of the stuff hits on some of the things that Blue Eyes needed. You needed a way to get quickly to some of the cards, like a Bingo Machine Go, like a True Light. Most people don't even play True Light anymore, but now True Light's playable because you can just discard this Maiden, boom, face up on the field, True Light's effect, get a spell. So even with just this Maiden, send it from your hand, place True Light automatically, True Light's effect, set this, since it was set, activate the Saga, get a Blue Eyes White Dragon, special summon this Maiden back, and then boom, make Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Your opponent goes, you quick play out of that, and go into the ultimate. I think that's really good. Like, those are really good plays. And then if you just look at just the existing deck, the fact any light tuner, so this card automatically gets you to those light tuners, and you can go for anyone. You could go, you play that Praise with Eyes of Blue, you can get Sage, normal summon Sage, then get the new Sage, the new Maiden, discard, and then you could go from there. Like, there's a lot of cool things that you could do with just these 4 cards that could really amplify the Blue Eyes theme. And just in itself, too, not while mixing it. I think the problem, too, is that if you wanted to summon this on your turn properly and that it's stayed, that's where we're at right now because it's 2 tuners and a non-tuner. So that's 12. That's a level 12 monster. And a non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. So technically, and you have to use 2 tuners. That's the thing. So if you look at the non-tuner Blue Eyes, obviously you have regular Blue Eyes White Dragon 8, alternative 8, Jet 8, Abyss 8, Chaos Max 8. Even if you wanted to, obviously you can't use Ultimate, alternative, those are all 12s. Twin Burst 10, Tyrant 8, and then you got some of the synchros here. So the fact too, so that's hard because you're gonna have to have 2 of these tuners on the field to make it like that. I think they're going to think of a better way. There should be potentially 4 more cards revealed. They may be revealed tonight, or they're going to wait until August, close to September, when the structure deck comes out to show. But this is a really good start. Now, I know with one of the effects, too, here, this effect, you can banish a card from your grave, target 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can equip 1 Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck as an equip spell and give it 400. So, for anyone who doesn't know Blue Eyes, things like that, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what can you do? That's kind of dumb. In theory, let's say you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, you do Prayers of Eyes of Blue's effect to equip Blue Eyes Ultimate to you. So your thing's at 3,400. Then you could tribute the Blue Eyes and the Blue Eyes Ultimate for Tyrant Dragon. Because Tyrant Dragon can be either Fusion Summon, normal, or special summon from your extra deck by tributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster. So, alright, now you have Tyrant on the field, you have Blue Eyes in the grave, and you have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in the grave. Now, all you need is 1 ritual monster, and then you can go into the $600 TCG card, Dragon Monster Magia, because you're already going to have a Blue Eyes Ultimate in the grave. You're probably going to already have 3 Blue Eyes in the grave. Now you just need a Chaos in the grave. And it's the fact, too, that you don't even need Chaos in the grave because of this secondary effect of you can banish this card from your grave, special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand if you use material. So these cards also make it easier to summon Magia within just Blue Eyes. Not using any Dogmatica stuff, not using Garua, not using Herald, none of that stuff. Just straight Blue Eyes. It makes it easier to do that. And if you listen to that last video that I talked about how you can give a Blue Eyes or an Illusion Chaos deck like this such a big boss monster and make it so hard to summon. These couple cards, if you go through the different combos, it makes it easier to summon. Like you're having a lot of different avenues that you can get to a lot of different things with just these 4 cards alone. Now, will the next 4 cards, the next alleged 4 cards, follow up? What are we looking for? I think you're looking for a main deck Blue Eyes monster that pushes the envelope once again. Obviously, 2016, when Alternative came, changed the game, Blue Eyes won World, we know that story. And then you had another main deck monster that came, pushed the envelope, Abyss. Then you have Jet Dragon, which is a fantastic card for Blue Eyes. What the fandom is obviously looking for is some way Blue Eyes Shining Dragon getting retrained into something super sweet. Maybe this would help us. Maybe the next spell or traps are going to help get 2 light tuners on the field. That gives you 2. You're still only at 10 though. You need to get to 12. Maybe there's going to be a higher light tuner. I still think there should be a fusion. I know the Blue Eyes they have the synchros with the Maiden, but I think there should be a fusion with Blue Eyes and Maiden, or Blue Eyes and an effect spellcaster, a la like Dragoon does, a Dark Magician, and an effect Dragon and a Red Eyes. I think that's still the next step. I still think they need a super sweet new fusion. A really good trap card, also with trap cards too. When you pitch this for True Light, you can get Ultimate Creature of Destruction as well. One moment. So you can get that as well. But I think those are the things that it needs. But with this being the cover card right now, with the Maiden, I don't think there's going to be another extra deck monster. Because this is a cover card. I don't think there's going to be another Maiden either, because they're sharing the cover. So I feel like the next cards would be it'd be a level 8 Blue Eyes type monster in the deck. 1 trap card. 1 spell. And maybe another Dictator of D, which I don't think, another version of Lord of D. But this card's fantastic as well, so I don't think they would need that. It's going to be very interesting. Like, just looking at a Blue Eyes deck like this, like, just thinking, but now Sage is even more important. You normal summon Sage, get the new Maiden pitch. You may be able to get rid of a Melody of Awakening Dragons because of the new version of a Melody of Awakening Dragons. You may be inclined to summon Magia more. Magia may be a lot easier to summon in this. Like, that's what we got to do here with the Blue Eyes stuff. Again, I really suggest you listen to my previous video talking about what Blue Eyes and Dark Magician needs. But these 4 cards so far, really good. In a pure Blue Eyes deck. I'm going to test them out whenever they're on Nexus or EDO Pro. Maybe make some combos, post some combos on that, and then go from there. With that being said, L7C, new Blue Eyes cards, so I had to come back and talk about them. I'll definitely be back for part 2. What do you guys think of these new Blue Eyes cards? Do they make Blue Eyes more consistent? Do they make Blue Eyes less bricky? You're obviously got to think of the ratios. You got to run, I feel like you got to run 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, or 3. That's if you're doing a pure Blue Eyes. But definitely got to run 3 of this. Probably got to run 3 of this. I think you need to run 3. You may get away with 2. But we got to test the ratios. And definitely you only need 1 of this. Unless they make some Omega Fusion monster that does some more stuff with that. But with that being said, let me know what you think of these new Blue Eyes cards. L7C, signing out.